Okay, I'm doing this again. We're making overcased. We're making overcased letters. Yes, I am aware of. I already did a video like this today, but we're doing another one today, just because I said so. Because I said so. Now let's let let's let's begin. For one, I had quite an easy. It was quite easy to come up with because, well, you just do that. Okay? We don't have any problems here. This is the design for Overcased 1. Can we all agree on that? Thank you. Number 2. Yeah, I did this. I made every single line straight. Yeah, I forgot rate number 1. I think it's okay. I think it's like a 7 out of 10. And this one, I'm actually really happy with. I'm actually really happy with this one. So I'm going to give this a. Wait, what am I going to give this? Yeah, I'm giving this a 10 out of 10. Yeah, it is a 10 out of 10. Like, I think that this design actually really works, and especially for 2, where you can have a lot of more options. To lowercase it, just okay. So the lore of my other video today. So for lowercase 2, I did this. Pretty much that, and I kind of took that straight line into making. I kind of took this straight line, so it other way too. However, if you're writing it out like this, it may cause some issues. Like, for example, let's write them out. 2, 2. This one doesn't have that, and it may cause some issues with time thing. But I don't mind it that much that I'm going to drag the score down for it. So I'm actually really happy with that. So 10 out of 10. And let's move on. 3. Wait, I forgot. I forgot to show you one. Wait. So this was. So this, and this for 1, it loses a line every time. So, and this one gets shorter. This one does not get that. I don't think it gets that much taller. Now let's move on to 3. Okay, so I think some of you guys may think this is the most trash design ever, but I think it's probably one of the better designs I have done. It's very much a half B. I mean, to understand the logic here, you gotta look at the number 3. Like, number 3 looks like B without a line. So, what's the next logical step? But add one of the lines. And and you add one of the lines. So yeah, I actually do think that makes sense. But then we go from 0 bumps to 2 bumps to, I guess, not 3 bumps but 2 bumps with a lot. I do think that makes sense with the timeline, but I can't give this a 10 out of 10. I'm sorry, it's like an 8 out of 10. It isn't, definitely isn't the best design I've come up with, but I think the number 2, the upper overcased number 2, I think is the best design I've ever done. Close second is this. The wait, no, that's middle case E design is close second, but I do think the lower overcase 2 design is definitely the best design I've ever made. And let's move on before this gives anyone nightmares. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, some hate or no hate for this at all, but this is the design. I made it kind of like a Y, like the middle case Y thing, and line with another line. Like here we have half of 4. We got 4, normal 4, uppercase 4, and here we got another line. At least, like, it always adds one line, and I could have made it this. That's not changing much, and that's not changing. That's too. I think it's too little. Doing too little. So I rounded the top and added that line there. I was actually originally gonna go with this, but that looks too much like a Y. So that's pretty much why I added that line. Okay, so I just realized it does look like a lowercase d, but I don't think it does, because it doesn't have that line thing. The line is too short for it to be a lowercase d. Okay, so for 5, I first did a curved line, a normal thing, and it goes back inside. Thinking I didn't rate 4. God. Okay, so 4. I'm actually quite happy with 4. I give it a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. Okay, so I'm not that happy with this design. I don't think it changes all that much from uppercase 5, and changes enough for the 5, and pretty much the same thing. But it looks cool, so I guess I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. And we'll move on with life. Okay, so I actually think it makes sense, because it's no line here. Here it is a line here, but no line here. So what I did was that I used longer line. Like every time the line gets longer, for evolution to this, then this, with a longer line here. Here again, it is a little bit more issue with same thing with 5, but I'm more willing to accept that now, because it makes sense with how we got there. So I will give it a 7 out of 10. And we'll just go to the next number. Okay, so I realized first I was gonna go with this, but that is a Z, and I can't go exactly with that, but I just raise the line a little. I didn't want to do that. I think it looks ugly. I hate it with all my heart, but I couldn't do that because it just says Z and it just turns into a Z, and I couldn't do that. And I trust me, again, I'm not happy with this design. But wait a minute, I came up with something better. Actually, I want to think I came up with something way better. So we have this. I can't draw numbers. Numbers. There we go. I think that's better. I think that's better. Now it does kind of again looks like I said, but it at the same time it doesn't because line goes beyond that point now, and I think it's completely fine. And I actually think it kind of makes sense when number one made this. I'm not gonna give it the same score, I don't think, but I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. Actually, I actually kind of dig that design, but occasionally this design was going to be a 3. Was going to be a 2 out of 10. I hate that design. So I think it's just a massive upgrade. I think it makes sense to do 0 first, but 8 comes for. You know what? This is my video. I can do whatever I please, and I'm taking 0 first. So 0, 0, and 0 sometimes has a line through it. But I can't just do a 0 with a line because that's already the way people write it. So 2 lines. Original is gonna go with this. But I'm actually not. I'm not happy with it. Actually. Okay, now it is way too much. Let's go with this design. Let's go with this design. It is better, but it's like I actually thought this design was actually kind of good, but no. Yeah, it's a 0 with an X in it, and you will have to live with this. Okay, now let's take 8. So, 8 is pretty much a duplicate 8. Wait, I still can't draw numbers. Holy shit. Okay, it's basically a duplicate 8, so. Wait, no. I think I said 8 is a duplicate 8, which is not true. It's a duplicate 0, pretty much. I did this. Why can't I draw 8 right? Come on. We're doing this. We're doing this. No. I can't draw. I can't draw 8. I can't draw 8. Oh my god. I'm an idiot. You know what? That is uppercase. That is overcased A. Okay, that wait, why did lightning suck? There we go. That is overcast 8. 2 zeros. I wanted to go with this. With a line. Wait, look at this design. this design. I want to go with that, but I couldn't. So I'm making that design. I screw it. I don't care anymore. Okay, so you know what I did for 6? Well, it's pretty much same letter, so but flipped up a little bit. So it's just the same letter but flipped a little bit. There you go. What do you expect? Coming up in a new design for 9? That's not happening. Alright, but that was it for today's video, and I'm gonna write you a message right here. That you should do this, by the way. Subscribe. It's cool and it's free and it helps out a ton. Thanks. Bye.